Hello everyone. Welcome to our studio today. I'm glad you joined us. Hope you're painting with us. Today we're going to do something a little different from what we used to do. I've been wanting to do a large waterfall, and if you notice I've got a black canvas here. One reason I'm going to use a black canvas is because I want some real dark areas in it, and I'm not sure exactly where they'll be yet. But normally I just start painting, but I'm going to do just a little bit of sketching just to get an idea of where it's at. And I'm going to put just a small amount of the sky in here. Now that's about the way I want it. Now I don't want the waterfall right in the center, so I'm going to move it over here a little bit. This is just a rough sketch. This may not be exactly how we will do it. And we'll probably put some little trees or something in here. And we'll come down here and and here I want a bunch of rocks, and I might put some under the water here. I'm not sure yet. That don't look like much, does it? But anyhow, let's see if we can make it look a little bit better. Those will be mountains probably. Anyhow, now what I'm going to do next, in order for the color to flow real easily, you can do this with a brush. This is boiled linseed oil. And the reason I'm doing all of this, I want to show you this is almost every painting I do is done this way. Uh-oh, it's gone. But we won't worry with that. I'm getting a lot of oil on it. I hope I'm not getting too much. I want this to blend out pretty good right in here. Now I've done the sketching really just to sort of show you how we usually start out. And I picked up some chalk there and make some white lines. It doesn't matter. And we may move some of these mountains and stuff, I'm not sure. Okay. That's the start. We'll put the remember, it's boiled linseed oil. It has to be boiled, okay? If it's not boiled, we got a problem. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is put a little sky in here. The color I want there is probably a little darker than what I usually make the skies. So I'm going to take a little light blue and a little Persian blue. That may be about what we need. wipe that off a little bit. I'm going to take a 1-inch brush to start with. You can actually take a larger one if you want to. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that solid. I may do that. I'm going to put a little bit down here at the bottom. That may be enough, I don't know. It's blending pretty good. That's because we put the boiled linseed oil on it. Now I want everything a little darker, so I'm going to go back with a little of this. And I may want a little right over there. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm going to clean that little brush a little bit. I've just got regular paint thinner here. If it bothers you, you can get the odorless. Okay, now we have that done. We need to start doing some work in here. I think I'll start with the top of the mountains and just rough them in a little bit. Probably not completely finish them. I'm going to let's get this fan brush out. I think I'm going to rinse that out a little. It's getting a little of that oil off the handle. Got it. Now what I'm going to do, I want some greenery up in here. So let's see what a little sap green looks like. Probably will need a little light in it. Let's try it. I'm just taking the corner of the brush but I want to keep it sort of dark. All right. Now I may want to go to the other side and put a little bit of that in here, and I may bring that down just behind that. I'm still using the sap green. We'll define it a little bit better than that in a little while. And make that real steep up through there. Now that is about what we wanted. I hope you can see that color. It's really dark. That's exactly what we wanted there. I want to haze that in. All right, now I'm going to mix a little bit lighter and add a little highlight up there. Take my light green and my sap green. Wouldn't hurt to have a little blue in there, would it? Whoops, not that much. I believe that's still a little dark. Let me move that a little bit, right there. All right, let's try that. Just a little bit. Now right here I may change that and may put some rocks right there. I want to keep it real dark. This side I may add a little bit more blue to it. Keeping it real dark in that area. Okay, we're going all the way up through here. Now what I may do, not sure about that yet. I need to move that over just a little bit, maybe right along in here. I'm going to move that over somewhere out along in here, I think. That's about where I want it. I'm going to rinse that brush out just a little bit. Let's see if we can get a little bit of blue in it. I want a dark blue to start with. That might be a little too blue. Let's try a little bit of it right there and just see. I think it might be a little too bright. If it gets too light, we will come back and go over it. Let's see, about maybe there, huh? I'll make it almost straight down. Blending that in a little bit more to the green. And I'm leaving some dark spots in there. And now what I may do, but we'll do that later. I may put some mist in here. And this is coming down to the lake. So like that. I think that's about what we needed. That's getting close. There's a little bug trying to get our paint. I don't think I'll put any big rocks over here, but I probably will in here and down in here. And probably some of that white mist down in here. But that's for a little bit later, okay? I'm trying to get that bug. Okay, now I want a lot more detail in here, and I want to add a little bit of detail up in here. That bug's not going to let us alone, is he? And I think I'll start right here and bring some of the water down. I'm going to rinse that out. So far, so good. Now I think what I'll do is go ahead and just put a little bit of the waterfall in, and then come back and start with some rocks here, and then I'll go back and add probably a bunch of rocks up in here, and maybe a rock cliff here. I'm not sure yet. That's just some ideas. Let me mix up something here. I'm going to grab a little white, just a little blue. It still might be a little bright. I'm going to add just a touch of Payne's Gray, okay? Let's see what that looks like. Now I've got some other brushes that are real good to do waterfalls with, and we'll use some of them in a few minutes. Right now I just want to emphasize it a little bit. And again, I think I want to come almost straight down, and I want to be up in this area somewhere. Okay, that's just a sort of an idea of how it's going to be. Just sort of an idea. Now, I think what I would like to have in here is maybe some brown areas. And maybe right in here, or bluish rock. I'm not sure which would look the best. Anyhow, that's a start. Just a start. And I may make a side one here. Like that. You know, maybe to add a little interest to it. Now that looks solid white, of course. It's not. You saw me mix it over there. But that's, we'll probably add some solid white to it later on, down in here especially. Now, I don't know if I want to go up here and put the mist in right now. I think what I'll do is mix up a little color. Let's use a sort of a brownish color for our rocks, okay? In order to do that, you know what? We'll have to do it next week. Okay, goodbye and God bless. Come back next week.